If there's one thing football fans love in this world, it's debate. You won't be able to go into a pub on a Saturday afternoon and not hear a fan from one club telling a fan from another club that their players are better. So, the challenge of narrowing down the finest footballers of the last 10 years is tasking, especially when you are limited to only 10 choices. Because of the world's abundance of talent, there are many world-class performers who could make the cut. However, we have taken the plunge and broken down our top 10 players from 2010 to try and settle this one, as we will be giving you our exclusive top 10 football players. Stay tuned to the end of the video to learn about all of them. Number 10. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Watching compilations of Zlatan's greatest goals might be the best way to spend a rainy afternoon. The big Swede regularly humiliated opponents during his Malmo and Ajax days, dancing through defences with the balance and close control of a player half his size. He could also smash them, head them, chip them, volley them, slot them. He scored an outrageous variety and number of goals wherever he went, from Amsterdam to Turin to Barcelona and Milan. More than 150 goals were plundered in the noughties before his peak years at AC and PSG. Difficult to manage? Sure. Worth it? Absolutely. Number 9. Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry was a footballer of juxtapositions. Well, for a start, he defined the noughties for strikers, yet he would have thrived in any era of the game in any side. Arguably, no one has had such a combination of grace and brute force. He could destroy you with a slalom run or a back heel. No one would score and assist at quite such a rate. No one was quite so dangerous both in and out of the box. A man of class with a devilish streak. A striker with a winger's brain and a midfielder's influence. Henry was not just the king, he was the entire courtroom. And few footballers have ever put the fear of God into so many. Number 8. Raul. Raul twice fended off his iconic number 7 shirt from arguably the two most marketable players ever, David Beckham and Cristiano Ronaldo. He simply was Real Madrid. There was no taking anything from him. The bridge between Real's star-producing 80s and Galactico era, this former Atletico boy scored for fun as the fulcrum of a glittering side, setting Champions League records and coming to define a club that spent millions in the new millennium. But few were as reliable, as exciting, and as downright clinical as Raul. Number 7. Andreas Iniesta. Remember when Andreas Iniesta went down with a hamstring injury during Barcelona's Championship League match against AC Milan? Remember how Barca struggled after that? That's because Iniesta was the puppet master of Barcelona's midfield. When Iniesta and Xavi are on the top of their game in the central midfield, no one can touch Barcelona or Spain. The two work so well together, it's almost like they share a brain. They see the entire field better than anyone. They read the game 2 and 3 moves ahead, and they know when to pass and when to hold the ball. It's fitting that Iniesta and Xavi are separated by just one spot on our list. They were both quite extraordinary midfielders. Number 6. Xavi. We couldn't leave out Xavi. Remember what we said a minute ago about Iniesta? Xavi's central midfield partner with Spain and Barcelona? It all applies here. Xavi gets a slight edge for his slightly better and more incisive offensive abilities. Slight. Xavi possessed the unmatched technical ability. So many tried to get the ball off the Barcelona and Spain legend and failed miserably. Number 5. Zinedine Zidane. Zidane had everything you needed in a midfield player and more. He was a joy to watch. The closer you marked him, the easier he shackled free. The more space you gave him, the easier he cut you open. Any ball from any angle, speed or weight, Zinedine Zidane would control it like it was made of glass. There has perhaps never been a footballer so mystical, magical, and downright majestic. And Zizou punctuated his talents with moments of marvel that would stand the test of time. Moments like his pirouettes against Portugal and spins against Spain, both at Euro 2000. His swivel thunderbolt volley to win the Champions League. His one-man demolition of Brazil in 2006. Moments that need only a description to conjure Kodak-like colour in your mind. What he won almost became irrelevant to how he could hold your wonder in the palm of his hand. Zidane was a celestial being among men. How could you not adore him? Number 4. Ronaldinho. Some footballers are said to play the game with smiles on their faces. Ronaldinho literally did. Even in the heat of battle, the Brazilian could be found grinning from ear to ear, delighted to be on a football pitch. Ronaldinho is arguably the most entertaining player of all time. He possessed every trick in the book and always played the game with a smile on his face. English football fans were first introduced to the playmaker at the 2002 World Cup, when the Seleção's number 11 sent a free kick swirling over the head of David Seaman in Fukuoka City. Throughout the tournament, his feints, step-overs, no-look passes, ball juggling, nutmegs and samba magic embodied everything Brazilian football should be, as the nation's 5th title was secured in Tokyo. A move to Barcelona in 2003 ushered in a new era for the fallen giants. Ronaldinho's mastery inspired Frank Rijkaard's side to their first La Liga titles in 6 years, before Champions League glory in 2006. The greatest compliment I could give him is that he's given Barcelona our spirit back, said Captain Carles Puyol. He has made us smile again. Through it all, Ronaldinho played with the carefree abandon of a kid in the park. That smile was there for all to see, and we couldn't help but smile back. Number 3. Lionel Messi. There are numerous reasons why Lionel Messi is one of the best players of the last decade. The most evident metric is that he has been elected the top player in the world numerous times in the last 10 years alone, with only one place lower than second. It also brought his overall number of Ballon d'Or awards to 7. Messi broke into Barcelona's first team in 2004 and wasn't at his peak in the 2000s. Still, he began to perform at an extraordinary level by the end of 2009 and won just about everything at the age of 24. If he can add a World Cup title to his resume, he'll join the discussion of the greatest players of all time. Number 2. Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is often regarded as the best player in the world. It all depends on who you question and what sport they favour. Ronaldo wasn't at his best until the 2010s, but he is a multiple Ballon d'Or winner and became the most expensive player ever when he signed for Real Madrid in an £80 million move in 2009. Ronaldo has dribbling skills that are almost unrivaled, and he can burn a defender with moves or blow by him with speed. A podium spot is well deserved. Number 1. Ronaldo Nazario. There was no debate about who the best player in the world was prior to his injuries. There will be no Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo debates. Everyone knew Ronaldo was head and shoulders above the others. Only when he returned from his injuries he became slower and not at his previous level. It was then he became embroiled in debates over who is the best. There have been many disputes over Zidane versus Ronaldo, Ronaldo versus Henry, and Ronaldo versus Shevchenko for the best striker. From 1996 through 1999, he absolutely captured the world's imagination. The entire soccer world was stunned. During the 1998 World Cup in France, they had statistics showing that every X number of infants were named Ronaldo and so on. The guy was bizarre. Maradona stated that if Ronaldo had not been injured, no one would have talked about Maradona or Pelé because Ronaldo would have been the greatest player to ever play the game. Which of these players will you say is the greatest player of the 21st century? Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. That will be all for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so you get an update whenever we upload a video. Thank you.